hope everyone is doing really well. So today I wanted to dive into something that I haven't really talked all too much about on my channel, and that's fragrances. And I don't know what it is, but I have been really enjoying trying out new fragrances, new fragrance houses, and so I wanted to share a couple of perfumes that I am absolutely over the moon about. I have about 8 of them to share with you, and as you guys know, everybody has their own preference, and what I may like, you may completely hate, and that's really fine. I just wanted to kind of share what I've been loving, and it's fun. So I have all of the notes here of all of the fragrances, because me just sniffing the fragrances and just kind of telling you, oh, it's fruity, it's woodsy, really isn't going to do much. So I have all of the notes here, and it's funny because when I was looking up the perfumes, I noticed that I have a pattern, so I like what I like, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I am going to share in no particular order. I don't have, any sort of favorite, but I do have a signature scent, so I guess that would be my favorite, I guess, because that's the one that I always go to. So I guess we'll start off with my signature scent. So this is my signature scent, and this is from the brand Illume. Now, Illume is a niche brand, meaning that this is an independent fragrance house. It's not as well known as most, but I think that's the lovely thing about it, because you won't smell just like everybody else. This is a collection called Go Be Lovely, and I believe they had like three scents in total, and this was the one that I was just completely gravitated towards, and this is Thai Lily. And there's not like a bunch of notes with this particular scent. It says here, create an air about you, captivating with an exotic touch, leave a subtle hint that tempts their senses with notes of Bali mango, Asiatic lily, and teak wood. So when you first spritz this all over your body, it definitely is fruity. You can definitely smell out the mango, and then after that it mellows into a really nice floral, and the sweetness kind of dims down, and then you get the teak wood and kind of a musky kind of feel to it, and it's really nice. But overall it does stay quite fruity, but it kind of dims down and it's not as sweet. I absolutely love it, and I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. It's probably because it's my most worn perfume, but it's beautiful, and the bottle is just stunning. It's very vintage-esque, so this would be my signature scent. The next one that we are going to talk about, so this is Jessica McClintock. Beautiful bottle. It reminds me of a wedding, and it just, the perfume is exactly what the bottle looks like, if that makes sense. It's very innocent, romantic. I love it. So the main accords for this fragrance is floral, citrus, green, white floral, and rose. And it says here, Jessica McClintock was launched in 1988. The top notes are cassia, basil, ylang ylang, bergamot, black currant, and lemon. Middle notes are jasmine, lily of the valley, and rose, and the base notes are musk and woody notes. And it's absolutely divine. You can definitely, right off the bat, smell the lily of the valley. It's very prominent in the scent. And you can definitely smell the citrusy notes as well, which balances everything out. But, it turns out to be like a really nice musky, like a very nice white musk kind of scent. I am just like a huge fan of Lily of the Valley. It's a very interesting floral because it's innocent, but it's sexy at the same time. So I would describe this scent as very romantic. It lasts all day. It's a very strong scent, but soft at the same time. And yeah, it's definitely another one that I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. It's a beautiful scent. Like I said, it's innocent, it's romantic, it's sweet, and it's sexy at the same time. So I love this one as well. This next one has such a beautiful packaging. I feel like this is probably my favorite packaging out of all the fragrances that I have. It's beautiful. It looks like an apple, like a crystal apple. It's beautiful. This is Lolita Lempicka. It's one of her flankers, so this isn't the original Lolita Lempicka. This is, I'm probably gonna butcher the name, but this is Jolie. totally butchered that. Jolie from Lolita Lempicka. And let's see, the main accords are fruity, floral, musky, fresh, and sweet. And it says here, fruity and gourmand flavors of black currant and rich nashi pear open the composition that continues with coquettish heart notes of neroli and peach blossom. The perfume closes with a sensual cloud of musk and cedar. I absolutely love this scent. To me, it smells very fresh. I can definitely smell the peach blossom. I can smell the neroli as well. It's a very fresh floral. I think it's that pear that gives it a freshness and maybe even a tartness at the same time. But it's very soft, but fresh. And it has a little bit of sweetness to it. But the only complaint that I have is that it doesn't last that long. It probably lasts, I don't know, 4 hours on my skin, which is unfortunate because I absolutely love this perfume so much. So this is kind of like a day wear kind of perfume, you know, if I'm just going to run some errands or I'm staying home. But if I want a perfume to last long, this isn't the one that I would choose. But nonetheless, it's gorgeous. And the atomizer is actually right here, so you just spritz it from the stem, and I love that. So okay, so this next one is another niche brand. It's not as well known. This is Lollia, and this is At Last, number 17. So this is I didn't even tell you guys actually, but this is a Eau de Toilette, hence why this doesn't last that long. Eau de Toilettes, they don't last because they contain more alcohol, whereas like a perfume contains more of the perfume oil. Jessica McClintock is a Eau de Parfum, so it does last much longer, and as well as the Illume, it's also a Eau de Parfum. So that definitely makes a big difference. Colognes would be the least lasting on your skin. That would probably last up to 2 hours, 4 hours tops. So anyway, so this is Lollia, and this is At Last, and this is the Eau de Parfum. It's amazing. This does last all day. I would say 6 to 8 hours. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent, but the sage isn't huge, so it doesn't hit someone in the face if they're like across the room. They're not going to smell it. This is a very like close to the skin kind of scent, and it mimics skin, and it smells beautiful. Like, it's a really nice white musk. Let me just read the notes. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. But the main accords of this is floral, fresh, savory, powdery, and yellow floral. And it says here, At Last is a light powdery soft fragrance with main notes of rice flower, magnolia, and mimosa. And I definitely can smell the rice flower the most. It's very powdery. It has this sort of like vintagey kind of smell to it without being overpowering. It's a very just soft scent. It just reminds me of a lady, like how a lady is supposed to smell, I guess. I don't know, that sounds really ridiculous, but it's just very soft, powdery. You can definitely smell the white florals. It's beautiful. This is another one that I might just butcher, but this is Nanette Lepore. I don't know if it's Lepore or Lepore, but this bottle is so cute. It's so tiny. Another bottle that kind of reminds me of like a vintage bottle or something from the 80s with this little top here. It's beautiful. It did have a bow, but it came off, but I love it. So this one, I would say, is a very floral, fruity kind of scent. I love fruity florals. They're one of my faves, but this is like ba-bam in your face with the fruits. But let me just read you the notes. So it says here, the main accords are fruity, powdery, rose, woodsy, and citrus. Rose, white peach, and white cranberry reign at the beginning of the composition. Middle notes explode with blackcurrant, orange, jasmine, and Parisian lime. The signature violet leaf note finishes the composition at the base. And this also has amber and sandalwood as its base as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful scent. I can definitely smell all of the fruits in here just mingled in one. And when I say the fruits are like ba-bam, I think it's because of the white cranberry and the blackcurrant. Both of those fruits are very tangy and tart, and I love it. I love those kind of fruits in my perfumes, because I don't know, I love the like sourness of it. It's kind of strange. Because this fragrance has a base note of violet, it definitely does mellow down to just a really nice floral, like a really nice musky floral. But it's very fruity at first, and the fruitiness of this lasts for a couple of hours actually. But it's such a beautiful like everyday scent, and it lasts for such a long time. This is another like 6 to 8 hour perfume for me personally. I forgot to mention the Nanette Lepore one is also a perfume as well, so that is why this lasts a very long time as well. So I'm someone who typically gravitates towards florals and fruity scents, and I don't really gravitate towards very warm scents. I know it's like fall heading into winter, but I still love my very like fresh scents. But you know, sometimes I prefer, like if I'm wearing a very like comfy sweater, I prefer something warm and that really just matches my sweater and just the mood that I'm in. So this is a good one. This is Jessica Simpson Fancy, and I definitely have to be in the mood. I definitely have to be in the mood for this though, because it's quite sweet. I love fruity scents, but I don't like very sickly sweet scents. So this is kind of borderline that. But this is actually her first perfume she ever made. She has a couple flankers now of the Fancy line, and Fancy Love is actually my mom's signature scent, and it smells beautiful on her, but not so much on me. So I'm not like a huge fan of her scents in particular, but this one I do enjoy. So this one is fruity, sweet, caramel, vanilla, and powdery. The top notes of this are pear, apricot, and red berries. The middle notes are gardenia, jasmine, almond, and caramel. And the base notes are sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. And I'm just going to be completely real with you. This smells just like caramel, amber, and vanilla. That's pretty much it. Since this is a Eau de Parfum, this will last you up until the next day. It's a very strong perfume, so I only spritzed like 1.5 spritzes of this because it's very strong. I wanted to also mention this. This is from the Body Shop, and this is Madagascan Vanilla Flower. I wanted to mention this because this is like identical to Jessica Simpson's Fancy, and this is obviously much cheaper, even though Jessica Simpson's fragrances are not that expensive, but this is definitely a cheaper alternative. But it's another beautiful scent. It's very warm. I mean, vanilla, and this is another good one for fall and winter. I like this one because it has a little bit of a twist to it. It's not as sickly sweet, but it has kind of a tropical-esque kind of vibe to it that I'm totally digging. And yeah, I really like this. It doesn't have a lot of notes. So it says here the main accords of this are vanilla, white floral, amber, powdery, and citrus. So let's see what it says here. Madagascan vanilla flower creates an exotic warm feeling, providing amber, vanilla, and frangipani flowers. So the frangipani flowers are what gives it that really nice like tropical edge to it, but it's not like very overpowering. It's a nice scent. It's very similar to this one, so either or, you don't need both. So last but certainly not least is this perfume here. This is actually a Cologne Absolu, but this is from the fragrance house Atelier Cologne. This is another niche brand. It's not as well known, a little bit more well known as it used to be, because now you can buy this at Sephora. But this is Soude Magnolia, and I believe this is from their Azure collection, and their bottles are blue. Very pretty. Very expensive for a perfume, I would say. For this 1 ounce bottle, this is $80, so that kind of hurts, but I love it nonetheless. All the 1 ounce bottles of the Atelier Cologne come with this leather sleeve, so you may love that, you may hate that. It's pretty, but is it necessary? Probably not. But yeah, so this is Soude Magnolia. And this is a very interesting one. I love Atelier Cologne because it's right up my alley. A lot of their scents are very citrusy. Unfortunately, citrusy scents don't last all that well on anyone's skin. And so it's probably not the best scent to wear during the cooler weather because it it just dissipates even quicker. Citrusy scents are better worn during the warmer weather, but you know, I can't help myself. I love citrusy scents. But this is a really nice floral citrus. I really like it a lot. Okay, so the main accords for this is citrus, floral, fresh, woody, fresh, spicy, and rose. And it says here, Sweet Magnolia celebrates gracious magnolia flowers combined with bitter orange, pomelo, black currant, rose, saffron, atlas cedar, sandalwood, and musk. I absolutely just love this fragrance. It's very fresh. Magnolia already has this sort of like citrusy ambiance to it. So when they added that bitter orange, it just kind of like amped up the citrus. And it's just beautiful, you know, it has cedar and musk, so it just kind of balances everything together. Unfortunately, this fragrance does not last very long because it is a cologne. It's a Cologne Absolu. And so it only gives me about 2 to 3 hours wear time. So this is a scent that I would just wear around the house just because it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Is it worth the money? I don't know. You would have to absolutely love this fragrance. For me, it's worth the money because I love a good Magnolia, and this is just like so true to Magnolia. And yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite scents. Not for every day, but it's beautiful nonetheless. If you guys enjoyed, those are the fragrances that I will be talking about today, and I probably will come back in a month or two and share some more fragrances with you guys because I have a bunch. And I really love talking about fragrances, even though I suck at really describing them, but I love to share, you know, new things with you guys. And yes, totally digging perfumes right now at the moment. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.